It's going to get overnight and into Sunday morning. Hi, Elyse.
Hey there. Well, it's already feeling quite chilly tonight. Temperatures are 20 degrees colder than not just where they were 24 hours ago, but just a few hours ago. A strong cold front moved through, and we have a breeze picking up out of the north that really, I think, is going to put more of a winter chill in the forecast for tomorrow morning and even tomorrow afternoon. As you're planning your day, have a jacket, maybe even a scarf, sweater, go crazy, feel warm and cozy, because temperatures are going to be in the 50s in the morning, potentially upper 40s, then only slowly climb into the low 60s, well below normal temperatures for a change for tomorrow, and potentially seeing a few peaks of sunshine into the afternoon. But generally speaking, it is going to be a much colder day in comparison to what we saw today and much of this week. Now, 13 alert radar, the rain or the severe weather threat has really moved out of the region. The tornado watch is over. It ended several hours ago, but what I am watching right now are a couple of thunderstorms that have developed right along and behind that front that are moving in from south to north through Galveston Island. You can see one that is just to the south of League City now, about to move into Galveston Bay. I've been watching these for any signs of rotation, just seeing their storm structure and the way they formed. Sometimes you can get a quick water spout, funnel cloud associated with these, but as of right now, I'm not too concerned about that and any impacts from those. But of course, you gotta watch, especially this time of year. And as for any rain, today was really your day to get it. Tomorrow we could see a passing shower, but we are entering another big pattern change. This week was so active across much of the country with severe weather, and then next week, potentially not, with the drier than normal patterns sinking in and drier than normal days. It does mean a beautiful stretch of weather is coming up. More on that and how long this chilly weather will last for April coming up in my full forecast, Myra.
See you in a bit, Elyse. Thank you. I'm with meteorologist Elyse Smith, and locally here, if you haven't stepped outside, there is a big temperature change.
Ooh, yes, there is, and that cold weather is going to continue all the way throughout the day tomorrow. The entire day is going to be quite chillier than what we experienced today, and thankfully the severe weather for us, it was pretty limited, so thankful for that. But here's that cold front. Woo, it is getting cold across Texas right now, and temperatures tonight here in Houston are going to continue to fall into the upper 40s or low 50s by tomorrow morning. We're also keeping a cloudy sky, so we'll have a small chance for rain tonight, but I think it's going to be one of those stray sprinkles that you might see over the next 12 hours or so. The big story, though, tomorrow is the cold, and yes, I think it is going to feel quite cold, more like winter than spring tomorrow, with high temperatures across the state only in the 50s and the 60s or even the 70s. Laredo at 70. Very cold, very unusual for this time of year, below normal temperatures expected across much of the state for tomorrow. Now, as for the rest of the forecast, we do have pretty cool weather continuing on throughout the week. We do have temperatures warming back up, though. So when you think to next weekend, we have the Art Car Parade, of course, on Saturday, highs back in the 80s. And so when you look ahead into the middle of April, this last cold front, this last big swing, might be the last of the chilly weather until we get to next fall and next winter. So enjoy it while it lasts, because we know it's coming in just a couple of weeks. Now, as for the pattern in and of itself, this is also a drier weather pattern, which is good news for communities too. As we were talking about that severe weather across the country who are hard hit, they're also likely going to see drier than normal conditions. Now, does this guarantee we're going to see no rain? Of course not. We could see a passing shower or two, but compared to what we had this week, big pattern change for us next week. Meanwhile, here's the live look to Houston tonight. We have some of those low-hanging clouds out there, not anticipating any fog because winds are going to be a little too strong. That's also going to put the chill in the air for tomorrow. 60 degrees right now, and in Galveston, 63. I also anticipate water temperatures are going to be falling tonight and throughout the day tomorrow as well. For 13 alert radar, speaking of the coast, we have just a couple of lingering showers that have kind of developed back building behind that front that has moved through. They did have some lightning as they were moving ashore. Was watching them just because their storm structure could have been indicative to potentially a water spout or a funnel cloud. But I'm not concerned about that anymore now that they're moving over land and over Galveston Bay. And you see Future Track also picked up on that chance just for our coastal communities. Into the next 24 hours, though, we will keep that chance for a stray shower tomorrow. It's going to take a minute for dew point temperatures to really back off as well. So that's why tomorrow is going to be cooler and cloudy. That chance for a light shower, but I don't think you'll need an umbrella whatsoever. And into the afternoon, yeah, it's just going to be a cloudier day, but we get more sunshine for Tuesday. That's going to help it feel a little warmer on Tuesday. From the 10-day forecast, I've got no notes. It's a great forecast, beautiful stretch of weather into early on in the week. Then we start to warm up once again, and potentially that warm, humid weather returning right back here to Southeast Texas by the time we get to next week.
Clear and beautiful. Yeah, Elyse, and the pollen was everywhere on the cars, on driveways. Yes. So this rain that we experienced recently, did that help to like wash some of that out?
It should have, but I think because today the rain, at least the heaviest downpours, they were scattered, right? So in some areas, if you got the heavy rain, that will help to relieve and wash away some of the pollen. But if you didn't, then you're likely going to be stuck with some lingering pollen. And then this is a drier pattern we're heading into next week. So that could allow for that pollen to accumulate once again in that little film that really develops on anything outside. So that'll be something, of course, we'll keep a close eye on. But tonight, what I'm talking about is this cold front. It was first our storm maker, and now temperatures behind it cooling down quickly tonight. It's already about 20 degrees colder outside now than it was just a couple hours ago. And temperatures will continue to plummet, falling into the upper 40s. So jackets needed, a scarf, a sweater, bundle up tomorrow morning, because it's going to feel more like winter when we start the day here in April, especially when you consider a little bit of a northerly breeze that might put a chill in the air tomorrow. And with a cloudy sky, high temperatures are only going to climb into the 60s. That's also with how cool it's going to be. Big picture across the state of Texas, even below normal conditions and temperatures in South Texas. Laredo only at 71. Same thing with Brownsville, 70. Very cool pattern taking over across the state for tomorrow. But at least we will eventually get some sunshine out of this pattern as well. Now, tomorrow could be the coldest we see over the next 10, potentially the coldest we see until next fall, depending on if we get another springtime front. Temperatures will start to climb into the 80s once again, but in the meantime, early on in the week, we'll have lower humidity as well. The humidity begins to return as we head into the weekend. Our cuff rate as of right now, warm, a little humid, looking pretty good for mid-April, with temperatures climbing back into the mid-80s by the time we get into next week. And this pattern flip does include drier weather, which is good news for communities across the South and the Midwest that have been inundated with storm after storm with that big severe weather outbreak this week. So that drier than normal weather, it doesn't mean that you won't see any rain, but it means that we'll likely see less rain than what we typically would this time this year. Meanwhile, here's Houston for us tonight. We need to see more red. There we go. I'm starting to see all the red on the top of the buildings, of course, for the Cougs. It is cold outside. I know it's cold outside, but we are feeling great. It is feeling fine here.
It's our house,
That's
baby.
Why I wore red today. I remembered it. I was like, yes. 59 right now in Houston, closer to the coast in Galveston, 62. Water temperatures are actually probably going to fall a little bit with the strength of this cold front that moved through. Speaking of the coast, 13 alert radar. Only last few showers I'm tracking at this hour are streaming in from the coast. We had some lightning strikes with them earlier on in the evening, but now I do believe atmosphere is overworked. We might just see a few of these passing showers tonight. Future track is picking up on that mainly for Galveston, Chambers counties as these continue to push in behind that front that rolled through. Any lingering moisture in the atmosphere still left could give us a light shower, but your Sunday is going to be a cloudy and cold end to the first weekend of April. The rest of your 10-day forecast, Monday, Tuesday morning still will be on the chilly side, but beautiful sunny afternoons should be a gorgeous start to the week. We keep the great weather rolling all weekend long and into that following week. I got no notes. Only thing I will note, though, is that by next week, you do see warmer morning lows, warmer afternoon highs. The humidity will likely be back in full force by the time we get to next week, Myra.
Thank you so much, Elyse. I want to give